One rapper disrespected Tupac and another admitted to fronting his music. These are rappers who ruin their careers with one interview. Starting off with Atlanta's T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South saw his reputation take a massive hit after one infamous appearance on the Ladies Like Us podcast in November 2019. Now, what should have been a routine interview turned into a career-altering moment when T.I. decided to share some extremely personal information about his parenting methods.
We have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her hymen.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm done with you right now.
Taking things further, he kept talking about uncomfortable medical visits.
She don't ride no horses, she don't ride no bikes, she don't play no sports, man. Just check the hymen, please, and give me back my results.
Oh, dude.
Expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
But I will say, as of her 18th birthday, her hymen is still intact.
The backlash was swift and severe. Social media erupted, medical professionals spoke out against that practice, and the hip-hop community was left stunned. His daughter Deja's response hit different. She unfollowed her father and liked posts criticizing his behavior, making the family tension public. The fallout had serious consequences for T.I.'s career. VH1 put his show T.I. and Tiny, Friends and Family Hustle on ice, and multiple talk shows canceled his appearances. Despite attempting to clean it up on Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk with an apology, the damage was done. The interview's impact went beyond just his career. It sparked conversations about consent and parenting in hip-hop culture, even leading to legislative discussions about banning these types of medical examinations in several states. After T.I.'s parenting revelations, we have a singer whose explosive CBS interview became his ultimate undoing. One of the most career-shattering interviews in hip-hop history goes down with R. Kelly sitting with Tor. The question of R. Kelly being interested in minors came from an interview with Tor.
I'm wondering about you. Do you like teenage girls?
When you say teenage, how are we talking?
Girls who are teenagers.
19?
19 and younger.
I have some 19-year-old friends.
Another interview came at a critical moment, dropping right after Lifetime's Surviving R. Kelly docuseries. Kelly was already facing heat for 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, and this interview was supposed to be his chance to clear the air. Instead, it did him dirty.
That's stupid! Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement and don't let them eat.
The 80-minute conversation became the final nail in the coffin for this R&B singer, who was already fighting an uphill battle against serious allegations. Rather than staying composed, Kelly lost it.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not about music!
The aftermath, again, swift and brutal. Streaming platforms pulled his music from playlists. Radio stations stopped playing his tracks, and RCA Records cut ties. The hashtag Mute R. Kelly movement gained serious momentum, and the industry that once protected him finally turned its back. Kelly tried to paint himself as the victim, but that backfired, instead making him look more guilty in the court of public opinion. And speaking of wild interviews now, we have one young rapper who learned the hard way about disrespecting legends. Lil Xan, coming up in 2017 with his hit Betrayed, went from SoundCloud sensation to hip-hop pariah after one controversial interview in 2018. The face-tatted rapper caught major heat when he shared his thoughts about Tupac Shakur's music, calling the legend's tracks boring, a take that had the culture ready to cancel him on sight.
Boring music.
Now, most artists might catch Twitter smoke for those wild takes, but Xan's situation got real when fans started pulling up on him. In 2020, another confrontation at a 7-Eleven with a Tupac fan named Anthony Sanchez ended with Xan pulling out a gun. The move cost him nearly $28,000 in damages when a judge ruled against him in October 2024.
You a
Hey, yo, bro.
Look at this little Kelpy. Do something then, dog.
What the you want, bro?
Hey, homie.
Get the out. Get out.
Man, God, this motherfucker pulling. Hey, y'all see this shit, right? Look at Lil Xan pulling a gun right now. Look at
Get out.
Hey, look at this guy pulling the gun right now. Look at this motherfucker. Hey, pull that out again, homie. Hey, homie, you a bitch.
You a bitch.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Hey, look at my
Yeah.
car. Look at my car.
Yeah. Look at your car, you little bitch.
The situation spiraled beyond social media beef. A mob of students ran up to him at a Del Taco in California, forcing police to escort him to safety. By 2023, Xan was singing a different tune. In an interview, he admitted he wasn't in the right headspace during the original Tupac comments, chalking it up to being young and inexperienced with interviews.
So many of like the false promises and stuff, but it's a result of where I was at the time in life. I was heavily addicted to multiple different substances, and I had a large following on a platform, and I would just go crazy. I'd think of something real quick, and then to be like, oh, I'm gonna do that, and then before putting effort into it behind you just think of something, you think stuff, and you're like, I'm gonna put that out.
But the damage to his career was already done. While some artists catch heat for that kind of disrespect, one drill rapper's honesty about suburban life hit different. In 2015, Slim Jesus emerged as an unlikely viral sensation with his drill rap hit, Drill Time. The novelty of seeing a skinny white kid from Ohio spitting hardcore drill lyrics really helped the track explode online, drawing millions of views on YouTube. The industry took notice quickly. Major cosigns rolled in from Diplo, Meek Mill, and even sparked a bidding war between Birdman's Cash Money and Diddy's Bad Boy Records. While some fans clowned his appearance, comparing him to Caillou and Eminem, the mystery around his authenticity actually fueled his popularity. However, everything changed after his interview with DJ Vlad.
When you listen to your music, there's a lot of street stories. Like, how involved were you streetwise in terms of...
Streetwise, for the most part on the street, I got homies that are in that shit, and I know people who are, and people around me. I'm not out here catching bodies and shit. I'm smart, but been, in some situations, but I'm not out here killing people.
He explained he made drill music simply because it sounded cool, not because it reflected his reality.
You called your song Drill Time, but drill is a Chicago thing.
Yeah.
And you're from Ohio. So explain to me why an Ohio dude is doing Chicago style music.
All right, I'm gonna start on one part. Well, for one, that's just that's a lot of what I listen to, and I'm influenced. I'm no way trying to steal their thing. I'll give credits to Chicago. They created the drill movement, and that's I listen to a lot of Chicago rappers, and that's just what I'm influenced by. On a side note, though, my city has been and for a long time referred to as Little Chicago, because back in the day, mobsters from Chicago used to come and have second homes there. So just on that end, Hamilton's always been real influenced by Chicago.
The drill community's reaction was swift and severe, with the game warning something would eventually happen to him. And G Herbo and Lil Bibby, who had previously supported him, pulled their cosigns. Old photos surfaced showing Slim working at Walgreens when Drill Time dropped, completely shattering his image.
Now, how do you feel that he's a drill rapper, one, from Ohio, and two, he's actually not living his life?
That was one of the things that I think was so entertaining that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You never knew. Because when I seen it, I couldn't believe it. I seen him with the guns and shit. There's no way in hell this boy doing this. You know what I'm saying? Could have did was not say nothing. No interviews, no left everybody wondering. That's what he should have did, because that's what drew me into it. And I know once everybody found out, oh, he lied, people don't respect that.
His career quickly spiraled. During his 2015 tour, real drill rappers began testing him. Black Jesus famously went undercover as his DJ, cut the music mid-show, and embarrassed him in front of his own fans. Even a collaboration with Chief Keef fell through when Keef made it clear he wasn't actually rocking with Slim. By 2016, Slim Jesus couldn't recapture his earlier success, while he tried to defend himself years later by calling out newer artists like Lil Tecca for similar inauthenticity. The damage was done. His decision to come clean in that one interview effectively ended what could have been a promising career in hip-hop. Now, speaking of keeping it real, claiming gang slang as your own trademark turned out to be a career killer. His 2020 and Staten Island rapper CJ seemed to decode the formula for viral success with his breakout hit, Whoop-Dee. The track exploded on TikTok, climbing from 7 million views to 80 million in just a month. For a relatively unknown artist with about 40,000 YouTube subscribers, this astronomical rise raised some eyebrows in the industry. At first glance, CJ's successes appeared organic. New York drill music was peaking in popularity, and with the tragic passing of Pop Smoke, the face of the movement, there was a void to be filled. Whoop-Dee caught fire on TikTok and major cosigns started rolling in. We had Cardi B promoting the track on Instagram, French Montana gifting him a Coke Boys chain, and even Mark Wahlberg was spotted hanging with the rising star. However, everything changed after a November 2020 interview where CJ discussed the meaning behind Whoop-Dee.
It's worldwide now, I got babies, saying Whoop-Dee. I got, middle-aged people, older people. Pretty much it's just like a roll call, whenever I see my guys in the street and, that's how we greet each other. It's like a New York when people say, "You're."
He came out and said he made up the word, but it looks like it's associated already with the Mac baller Bloodhound Brims, one of New York's most notorious gangs. And CJ's claims of inventing this term and attempting to trademark it would catch the attention of LeBrim, the incarcerated leader of the Bloodhound Brims, who called out CJ's inauthenticity from behind bars.
Controversy over this Whoop-Dee thing. So first and foremost, CJ made a hot song, but the content that he used, that's not his content. So his foundation is based off a lie. He's not Whoop-Dee. He don't know nothing about Whoop-Dee. He just seen a fly splash and he jacked it, which is a smart move, but in life you gotta show respect and you can't live a lie. Now you jacking something that they got dudes in jail for. There's allegations behind that word right there that made it such a splash for you to want to jack it. They gave me 30 years for a lifestyle full of allegations of a lifestyle that you talking about that you never lived, and that don't add up, shorty. Like, you trying to take something from people that you can't take. So, for the record, Whoop-Dee is not CJ's. That belong to the Jet.
The situation snowballed when Pitchfork published an expose in January 2021, revealing that CJ's uncle was James Cruz, a former president of Bad Boy Records and industry veteran who had worked with 50 Cent, Nicki Minaj, and Busta Rhymes. Cruz had come out of retirement specifically to manage CJ, even spending $80,000 of his daughter's college fund to clear a sample in Whoop-Dee. By 2023, CJ's fall was complete. His EP, Loyalty Over Royalty, failed to make an impact, and Warner Brothers dropped him from their roster. Despite attempts to spin the situation as his own decision to leave with his masters, the industry wasn't buying it. Recent tracks like Dubai have failed to recapture the magic of Whoop-Dee. Now that was pretty bad, but this one interview with Alex Jones had the industry cutting billion-dollar deals overnight. Now there's been many artists torpedoing their careers with a single interview, but Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, managed to destroy his empire through a series of increasingly wild appearances in late 2022. With the final nail in the coffin being his December 1st InfoWars interview. The downward spiral kicked off in October when Ye hit social media with some seriously problematic anti-Semitic posts, including threatening to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
What? Please, next question. Please don't ask me any hard questions.
Okay, let me go to the next furore, which has been around you in the last couple of weeks, which is your attacks.
Is that British for theory? Is that British for theory? What's theory, bro? Is that British for theory?
You actually have quite a good British accent. That's quite good. Let me ask you, if I can, about the allegations that you have made anti-Semitic comments. And in particular, when you said on Instagram, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Now, many people who are Jewish found that deeply offensive.
But it was him on InfoWars with Alex that really sent things left. Rocking a black mask, covering his whole face.
I see good things about Hitler also. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one? They want to separate and confuse the Christians and make us afraid to stand next to each other. A Christian can stand next to anyone. We can go visit R. Kelly in prison. We can go talk to Harvey Weinstein.
That's what Jesus did.
Yes, because Jesus can save everyone. You put on the whole armor of God.
The fallout, again, swift and devastating. Adidas, which had been riding with Ye's Yeezy brand for years, cut ties immediately, taking that billionaire status with it. Other major players like Gap, Balenciaga, and Foot Locker followed suit, sending his net worth plummeting from around $2 billion to approximately $400 million. His longtime agency, CAA, dropped him. Streaming platforms pulled his music from their playlists, and even his Donda Academy had to shut its doors. The social consequences were just as heavy. Twitter and Instagram hit him with multiple suspensions for violating hate speech policies. Fellow artists, celebrities, and fans who had been riding with him since college dropout started distancing themselves quickly. Even his massive fan base, known for defending him through various controversies, couldn't justify these actions. While some losses hit the pocket, one Rolling Loud rant had the whole culture turning their back. DaBaby's rise in hip-hop was meteoric. After breaking through in 2019 with Suge, he became one of rap's hottest commodities, consistently charting on Billboard Hot 100s and dominating radio play. His track Rockstar featuring Roddy Ricch stayed at #1 for 7 straight weeks, proving he could deliver mainstream hits while keeping his street credibility intact. But everything would change at Rolling Loud 2021. During his performance, DaBaby went on this unprovoked rant.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air. Let's be real about this. Yeah, keep it real.
So instead of falling back when the clip went viral, he doubled down on Instagram.
What me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you on the internet or you bitter on the internet. It's not y'all business. You know what I'm saying? Like what I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip.
What followed was a masterclass in how not to handle controversy. Now, he did eventually drop an apology, but his actions told a different story.
Off the rip, I ain't mean to offend nobody. Right. You know what I mean? I definitely ain't mean to make nobody that damn mad. That's a fact. It wasn't to make nobody mad, period. Just to make them put their cell phones in there. It's something that's so commonly said. People use way more vulgar language when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, live shows. Why mine's went as viral as it did or did what it did, that's all good. Like, it's more so of like, you know what I'm saying? It more so lets me know how the world was looking at me at the moment.
Right.
Like, bro, you are a damn
bigger mega
star. You feel me? Like, you are a household name. Like, you gotta watch your mouth.
The hip-hop community watched on as he got pulled from major festival lineups. And when he did manage to book shows, fans weren't feeling him, sometimes even throwing trash on stage. The fallout hit different. A-list artists who once sought his features now wanted nothing to do with him. His behavior spiraled further, getting into fights, causing drama with his baby mama on social media. His reputation was tanking, like his ticket sales. Reports even said that he was offering buy one, get one deals just to fill seats, with one show allegedly only moving 500 tickets in a 14,000 capacity venue. DaBaby claims the controversy cost him $30 million.
A week or two after, $30 million, $30 million that I would have had before the ball dropped 2021. So this happened rolling out with July. I had $30 million worth of shows on the schedule before December 31st. I was finna buy my private plane, all that. I had all that. I had it mapped out. I'm gonna get me a jet here, young. Do this. So yeah, you know. But it is what it is. It go how it go. You know, God ain't want me to have my plane yet. He's like, hold on, man, just chill.
Yeah,
you know
I love that you
saying?
said yet.
Just chill. I got different plans for you. You know, so we rock how we rock. You know what I'm saying? And we just keep going. It ain't really about nothing. But at the end of the day, like I'm that type of person. Like don't nobody owe me.
But the real cost was his standing in hip hop. And speaking of self-destruction, bragging about scamming a doctor turned out to be a speed run to losing your career. Detroit's Casher Quan, coming up in 2019 alongside TJX6, became a cautionary tale of how one interview can derail a promising career. What started as a nice sit-down about his come-up quickly turned into a series of wild confessions that had the hip-hop community shook.
200 times, no over-exaggeration, 200 times. Like, for 2 years straight, he lost his job, his wife divorced him. Like, bro, this shit real, bro. Like, this is really real. This man lost his wife.
The severity of his moves hit differently when he revealed that his victim had become suicidal due to the persistent harassment.
Trying to slice his arm, bro, because I'm taking all his cash, bro. I'm telling him I work for the IRS. You done sent me $20,000 already. The IRS is investigating this.
In a follow-up interview with Say Cheese, instead of falling back, Quan doubled down by exposing even more of his dirt.
I used to do that too, but I stopped. I don't do that shit no more. I stopped doing that shit 3 years ago.
When pressed about how he could finesse fans before he was even popping, Quan broke down his whole method without hesitation.
He just posting Cash Apps, like all the bullshit. See what people posting these Cash Apps. I got a Cash App login with 5,000 on it. Give me $100 like that, and then you get 30 people to send you $100. You know what I'm saying? And you just made 3,000 off 30.
Trying to save face, he claimed that these schemes were old news. But the damage, my friends, was already done.
The scamming your followers lame now, dog. Like, I got people, I just dropped a song and I said in the song, any fan that I ever scammed, DM me right now and tell me how much I scammed you for, and I'ma send you your money back. I don't like scamming fans, bro. That's it. Like, it's played out for real.
Despite flexing about stacking over 100,000 from his schemes.
How much do you think you made scamming your fans?
I ain't gonna lie, probably like, no over exaggeration, bro. Probably like 100,000.
Quan switched up his energy when addressing how he violated the trust of his day one supporters.
But I regret it. I regret it though. I regret it.
Right. Because do you feel like it kind of hurt your career a little bit, like your core fan base?
Yeah, it definitely do.
Man, Quan faced heavy backlash, especially after his story of scamming a doctor and driving him to the brink went public. Trying to cool down that backlash, he took to social media claiming, "I just told what I did in the past. Everybody mad over some shit that was a decade ago." Quan acknowledged the negative impact this had on his career and that it's a part of why his music hasn't taken off. Now he's saying he's done with scam rapping, shifting toward a cleaner direction in recent tracks like the 80s. Though some lies slide, getting your SWAT raid story exposed on camera hits different. Lil Kelpy's career takes a nosedive during what should have been a standard podcast appearance. The up-and-coming rapper started flexing about a supposed SWAT raid on his crib, trying to build some street cred.
Just got a no-knock raid. They came in, they pulled me outside some undercovers, and they like drew their guns on me and shit like that, put me in the squad car, and then they all just were like inside my house and like, yo, we got a warrant to search your person and your vehicle. And
that's when Almighty Suspect, a veteran known for keeping it a buck, decides to check Kelpy's paperwork. He starts breaking down inconsistencies in Kelpy's story, questioning the authenticity of his street tales.
Kind of like blackface. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like it look like a costume. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like he came in here wearing that shit like in his head, like, oh, this is what pimps is supposed to look like.
Instead of falling back, Kelpy doubled down, which only made things worse. His attempts to defend his credibility just gave Suspect more ammunition.
Who are you?
I'm Lil Kelpy.
No one knows you.
Kelpy the motherfucking
Be the
pimp.
clown.
You ain't gotta know who I am. Fucking Ben Franklin knows who I am.
Well, it all reached its peak when Suspect had enough of the cap and went all the way in, systematically dismantling Kelpy's tough guy persona in front of the cameras.
I'm getting money every day. I said Ben Franklin knows who the fuck I am.
Who you calling a bitch though?
I'm calling you a bitch.
Some people say that could have been staged for the views, but the damage to Kelpy's reputation was real. And now while some beefs stay professional, taking cultural critique to a dark place changed everything. Azalea's career trajectory shows how even valid cultural critiques can get lost when the messenger loses control. Her initial rise to prominence included calling out Iggy Azalea's cultural appropriation, starting with criticism of Iggy's XXL freshman cover in 2011.
Comes to our things like black issues or black politics or black music or whatever, there's always this like undercurrent of kind of like a f you. There's always like a y'all like y'all don't really own shit, like y'all don't have shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that Macklemore album wasn't better than the Drake record.
Kendrick.
You know what I mean? That Iggy Azalea shit is not better than any fucking black girl that's rapping today.
During a passionate Hot 97 interview, Banks got emotional when addressing how white artists were getting more shine than black artists in hip-hop.
At the very fucking least, y'all owe me the right to fucking identity and to not exploit that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're like holding on to, like hip-hop and rap and like Bill Cosby.
She didn't let up, going hard at Iggy's credentials as a rapper and questioning her place in the culture.
Fine, so put her in the pop category. Put her with Katy Perry and Lady. Put her and Miley Cyrus in the same box together.
Don't put her in hip hop.
Don't put her in hip hop.
But she's rapping over a beat though.
But just because she's not singing does not mean it's rap music.
The beef traced back to Banks calling out Iggy's controversial Runaway Slave Master lyrics.
Calling herself a runaway master, and the so comfortably did a whip motion in the video. She was like, "Runaway slave master." Oh, oh shit. And y'all will sweep that shit right under the fucking rug. But whenever I have to say,
we got at her about it.
But I'm saying in general, whenever I have to say anything about anything, then it's
when T.I. stepped in to defend his artist, Banks told him to fall back.
oh, well, the situation sad cause I am a very distinguished individual and I keeps it real. And she need to get her man before she come talk to me. Cause yeah. Get the f out of here. Where the f did you learn how to read? Freedmen's Bureau? Like, did you get your GED in jail?
But Banks' career took a different turn when she appeared on Nick Cannon's Wild 'N Out. What should have been a standard promotional appearance went left quick.
My boy Nick Cannon is so petty. How petty is he? He couldn't get Carter B, so he got Azalea ugly.
Instead of rolling with the show's format and trading bars, Banks took the roasting personally.
Sorry, can I just say that was very anti-black. We are not, no colorism here on this
Get him
stage.
back! My girl Azalea Banks is so petty.
Yeah, the audience wasn't feeling her performance either.
Wait a second, do y'all like follow Instagram and stuff? You know the boy that was like.
Things went from bad to worse when Banks hit social media afterward, making problematic comments about Nick Cannon's lupus diagnosis and threatening his life.
And Nick Cannon, you don't have to pray for me. Pray for your immune system, okay? You don't have to pray for me, nigga. Son of a
The situation hit rock bottom in 2023 when Banks used DC Young Fly's partner's tragic passing as a moment for revenge, suggesting Miss Jackie O's death was karma for previous roasts on the show. She even connected the timing to her own birthday, taking what started as industry critique into territory that crosses every line in hip-hop culture. And if you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel.